me, right, is that historically speaking, name me a mega project, right, that lost money.
Brother, I don't understand because all projects earn money.
Right, is that this conundrum that we're having today, right?
Conundrum. Wait, sorry, what's conundrum?
Okay, this situation.
Okay, situation lah.
Brother. Okay, everyone. Take 266.
Hey everyone, welcome to our
Second episode, man.
second official episode. Today we are very happy. I have my guest, my co-host.
Yes, co-host, bro.
JBS Sito, spearheading JBS Sito division, and of course today we are very fortunate to be here with one of the most
Handsome,
up and rising.
Up and
He was
rising.
featured in Age Prop. You know, he actually leaded Jaden. And actually, we did very well for our agency.
Of course.
As well as right now, he is actually spearheading this group into Chuan Park, one of the biggest launch coming up this year.
Bro, we should let at least Gideon talk.
The mega development. So can you please welcome Gideon Sim.
Gideon, maybe tell us more about yourself, man.
Hi, Jason. Hi, JBS.
How long you join real estate, all these kind of things?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right. Firstly, thank you for having me on your show.
Of course.
Myself, I started real estate probably about 2017, 2018.
7 years back, lah.
Yeah, thereabouts. Funny thing is that your Didi is he and I started the same day lah.
Marius, this for you, Marius. Started same day, ah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride. I think a lot of ups and downs. And I'm really, but I think overall I've been very blessed, and I think over these few years, I'm really thankful that I've been given the opportunity to lead ERA in different projects lah. So as you previously mentioned, Jaden.
Yep.
Jaden was one of the hottest launches, or if not hottest launch.
It was.
Yeah.
District 22, 2000.
First day, how many is sold?
PSF?
First day, how many percentage it was sold?
First day was to be exact 87.5%.
That's a lot,
Crazy.
Yeah.
And the PSF wasn't, it was almost CCR PSF. Almost CCR PSF.
This is 2.8, right?
The median actually came out to be about 2.4 lah. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, yes, I understand where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, I think today's high is tomorrow's low lah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but aside from that, I think that supply is something that's very limited in today's market, right? Especially for very coveted areas.
Yep.
So I'm not surprised that Jaden actually sold so well lah. Right, and I think the same could be said upcoming would be for Chuan Park, which I wouldn't be, or rather we are expecting it to sell well as well.
Also around 87%.
We are actually, there is a lot of anticipation for Chuan Park, especially Long Chuan area lah.
Yeah.
So today we invited you here. Actually for Chuan Park, not much information has been out yet, right? Regarding floor plans, etc. But we do know the developers is similar to Normanton Park. So there is a lot of speculation where the structure, the design of Chuan Park will look very similar to Normanton Park. What are your views on that?
Yep.
In terms of, okay, to be honest, right, the site plan and the perspectives have already come out. Okay, some of the floor plans have come out as well. So I don't think that we are entirely stabbing in the dark right now, lah. Yeah, but in terms of its outlook, right, I do recognize that there is a certain majestic feel to Normanton Park, whereby it's very airy and etc. Right, and I do think that they will be trying to replicate it with Chuan Park lah. Because after all, Chuan Park, I have to say lah, is truly one of the gems of the area lah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we also have heard some people on the ground lah. They are feedbacking that the PSF might be very high. What do you think about that?
2005? Starting from?
Starting from
Is it true?
That's what we heard lah.
That's what we heard lah. No, the podcast mainly is get some feedback from the ground. Then
2005.
ask you, what do you think about this? Is it true?
I mean, okay. First of all, okay. In terms of pricing, I think there's a lot of speculation in the market. I don't deny. In terms of it being firm, that so far the developer has not given any indication lah.
Okay.
Yeah. However, if you're talking about what I feel, right, then that's a different story lah. But what I do feel is that it will be competitively priced lah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think, especially we have seen so many launches come out these past few years, right? And most of them are very competitively priced lah. So I feel that once again, my personal
personal opinion, okay?
yeah, I feel that the developer also will position the product and the price accordingly lah. As to 2005, this kind of thing starting from I think a bit outlandish.
So he's saying no lah.
As in the proposition for it to be starting from 2005 is a bit outlandish. But I do think that if, let's say, right, price at the end of the day is a matter of value, right? I do understand that people have this preconceived notion that this Chuan Park or this Lorong Chuan area shouldn't be this kind of pricing. But at the same time, I have to say lah, which is if you're looking at for example Gideon, right? Gideon in itself has already crossed the 2008 plus
of course.
PSF mark already. Okay, so the question then becomes, who are we to say what the market is willing to absorb? So I feel that even if, let's say, example lah, even if it comes out at 2005 PSF, let's say lah, starting from okay, and the market snaps it up, I think that doesn't go to show that the market is greedy or anything. It just means that the market is right and we are wrong. Yeah, so I think that's an important notion to have, which is because everyone today keeps saying that prices are high. But the fact, right, is that this conundrum that we're having today, right?
Conundrum. Wait, sorry, what's conundrum?
Okay, this situation lah.
Okay, situation lah.
Brother want to be more professional lah, bro. You don't know.
Touch lesson. Okay, then after that, sorry.
Yeah, that's
this situation. Okay.
Yeah, no, just because you invite me on the show, so
Okay.
I felt the incessant need to be able to speak more proficiently, to enunciate and pronounce my words much better.
But I do feel that 2005 is I mean, even if it is at 2005 and the market does stamp it up, then
I think so I do think that it's really a matter of what the market says lah. Because the fact, right, is that back in for example in between 09 to 13,
okay,
right, prices were very similar, as in the escalation of prices were very similar to that of today, whereby we saw prices escalate between COVID period lah, right, maybe about 2020 to about 2022, 2023 thereabouts. So I do feel that when people say that prices are high, they are comparing it to the old benchmark.
Okay.
But the reality is that today's benchmark, right, is different. The iOS need to update lah, basically lah. Yeah, people used to quote rental cost was example lah, maybe
30k. Yeah.
No
now, bro, I can't even see any 20k. There's no package anymore.
Yeah, so I feel that when people say that it's expensive, they're not wrong, right? It's expensive as compared to what it used to be. However, is it expensive by today's standards? Then no lor.
It's a very fair point.
Actually, what Gideon mentioned is correct. Actually, right now the benchmark we're looking, let's say, of course, no grant. Our previous episode was about 19 PSF lah, and then of course small projects. I think D23 I got Arden, but everything else already starts from 2001, 2002, 2003. Even for East Side, Lentor side, D23, D22, Soran, I think the benchmark is new lah, 2001, 1001.
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
Yeah, but of course we do a quick characteristics on Chuan Park. So Chuan Park is by Kingsford. Then of course total number of units 916. It is in D19. So but Gideon, my first question is, how come there's so much pent up anticipation for this project?
How come want to go and see the project?
How come Chuan Park? Like, what is it about Chuan Park that
people is hyping about?
What's the hype for?
I think okay, to me, right, is that for areas that have very limited supply, which is something I talked about earlier, right, about talking about supply. Now, the last launch in that specific area, right, was actually Scala, which was roughly maybe about 13, 14 years ago, thereabouts. So naturally, similar to that of any other project that you have seen it cross, for example, the threshold, right, is what we have seen typically is about maybe 8 years or so, 7, 8 years, right? The market just snaps up whatever it is that that becomes available, right, post of that period. So a lot of examples to reference. For example, even like you talk about Pasir Ris 8, you talk about reserve residences and the likes of it, right? I mean, accessibility is very important lah. So anytime that there's a mega launch beside the MRT, you realize that the market is more than willing to absorb it.
Correct. Yes, that's true. But ultimately, Chuan Park, right? Of course, Chuan Park at the end of the day is still situated at District 19. Okay, so District 19 is a big place. There is a Punggol, then there is a Hougang, and then there's a Kovan, there's a Serangoon. Okay, so within 19, right, I already have a few mega projects. Riverfront, Affinity, out of my head. Lawrence.
Yes.
So now this is gonna be the 4th or maybe 5th mega project in this district. So buyers will come out and well, no, I just go and get a sub sale from any other project from the list above. So what's your take thought on that? Yeah, what's your take?
Okay, I think there are three things that come. There are three important things that you need to consider when you're purchasing a property, right? Which is location.
Oh,
Hey,
you well prepared, bro. You come well prepared, man.
Lorong Chuan, it is a bit of pent up lah. Yeah, lah. None of the projects were near this area lah.
No, I mean I agree, and as much as people might draw reference from these projects, right? The fact is that you can't compare apple to orange, right? For example, Riverfront is more towards Serangoon. What's it called? Upper Serangoon View. Right? Whereas for Affinity, you're looking more Serangoon North.
Yeah, Serangoon North.
Right? On top of that, Florence, you're looking somewhere in between Kovan and Hougang. Right? So to me, right, is if you're talking about location, the fact, right, is that Lorong Chuan in itself, albeit it's part of District 19, the fact is that it is more associated with Serangoon Gardens.
That's true.
Braddell, Toa Payoh, that sort of thing, right? As opposed to that of District 19. So and at the end of the day, typically what's the difference between District 19 and District 20? Example, it's one CTE ma. So you want to say, I stay District 20, I stay Ang Mo Kio Avenue 3. You across the road there, you staying Li Huan, Mei Huan. I stay District 19. The classification is just like that lah. So albeit, yes, I understand that it might be associated with District 19. The fact, right, is that District 19 is so large, and in actuality, it is just one road away from being part of District 20. Yeah, whereby you then associate yourselves with Bishan lah, Ang Mo Kio lah. We are one of the closest project to there already.
That's true.
Yeah, so location-wise, I think if you want to compare Serangoon North, Kovan, Upper Serangoon View, Sengkang, Punggol, that kind of thing, right? Very different lah.
But that's true lah. Actually, that was a test lah. But it's a good question.
Yeah, but it was a good answer, man.
Hey, but always unprepared one.
But okay, another thing that people ask, right? Mega development, is it gonna be very squeezy, very flooded with people in swimming pool? What's your thought on that? I mean,
last year we had Grand Diamond.
Yeah, Normanton Park.
I mean, we talked about launch lah. Then Grand Diamond or something. Then Grand Diamond, the sentiments was, I got 1,000 units. I got one swimming pool.
Yep.
Okay. We don't know how Chuan Park. But what's your take on mega projects?
Will it be like squeezy, all this kind of thing?
If you ask me personally, right, I would prefer to buy a mega project as opposed to a smaller project. Okay. Now, but at the same time, I'm also coming at it from an investment standpoint. Okay. So let's be honest lah. If let's say today you really want a private pool, you really want a this and that, naturally in your head, right, is if you want privacy or this kind of thing, naturally your what you would go towards, right, is something boutique, meaning to say less
small, yeah. Like IC and Tani,
like
kind of small
D15 all that lah. D15, D19, certain
smaller units lah.
Yeah, basic smaller projects lah. Yes, I agree. Okay, but at the end of the day, to me, is from an investment standpoint, right? It's never about what you like. It's always about what the market likes.
Correct. That's something true. Investors have to learn to keep their emotions aside.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So to me,
I never counted you.
Recently, Treasure earning money.
Treasures up to $1 million.
Florence also earning money.
Clementi's, Normanton.
Normanton also earning money.
So yeah. So
you're right, man.
we correct. So mega project every month they have transactions. So
they keep the
this is why some people are a lot more towards mega project lah. But if I were to call you to name 3 things about Chuan Park that is different from any other project this year, what would these 3 things be? Okay, then two things lah.
No.
I thought you came prepared.
Give you 5, bro.
Okay.
I think
Thinking already.
I think location is one thing.
Okay.
Right. I feel that in terms of a very delicate balance between privacy, meaning to say, or rather, the word would be vibrancy lah.
Okay.
If you are selling the house, is a river. If you are buying it, is a longkang.
Okay. That's true.
So vibrancy, I feel, has to do with life lah, and naturally a consequence of life is noise lah. But I think it gives you a very good balance between vibrancy as well as privacy, because in the area alone, right, it's majority a landed enclave ma.
True. Yes. Correct.
不是 enclave 啊，是
Enclave.
Enclave.
Enclave, what's the difference?
Enclave. Okay.
So to me is that location plays a very huge role, right? In terms of a very delicate balance between the two. Now, accessibility in terms of transport, you are a single road away from CTE, okay, and you are less than 100 meters from Lorong Chuan MRT, which within 5 to 6 stops you're already encroaching on Orchard already.
Yeah, that's true.
So to me, right, is if let's say wherever you want to go in Singapore today, even be it as an own stayer. Okay, own stayer meaning to say that you want to take MRT, maybe you will drive, I don't know.
Yep.
Right? But the fact is that both are available. You see, there are certain projects, right, that are just beside the MRT, but they are very far from the expressway because they're very far in. And so those kind of projects, you realize that the roads become very congested.
Okay.
Sembawang.
So
The glitz. Okay.
I not picking or any project.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, true. That's a good point. MRT also the accessibility towards okay.
Yeah. So that's number 2. Now number 3.
Well,
let me
he really
think
give
about
you
it.
3 points. Bro. He really give you 3 points, Jason. He really giving it to you, man.
You come back. Wait, but I'm seeing the site plans. Yes, it has already been out already lah. So I do feel that in terms of layout wise, is there anything that is different from today's market?
rest,
Today's layout is very similar lah, and we're very frank with it. So it's very very similar. But I'm looking at the layout wise, it's
Any special features?
any special things that we should look.
I think in comparison, I think we compare in the area.
Yeah, okay.
Let's be honest lah. People who want to buy, people who are familiar with a certain area will most probably buy back that area,
Oh, that's
right?
true.
So which is why I like to say, right, that in terms of property, the historical performance is not an indication of future performance. However, it is something that we can gauge it by. Because the preferences and demographics don't in an area, right, typically don't change overnight.
Okay.
So to me, right, is if you're looking at Chuan Park area, for example, if you look around the area, if today I'm a buyer and I want to buy into the Lorong Chuan area, in terms of layout and whatsoever, how we stand out amongst the rest, right, of course would be the layout would be more efficient lah. Right, as you know, designs in the past are very different from the designs of today.
Of course, yep.
Right, I won't go into specifics and name out different things, but basically, if you're looking in the entire area, I do feel that Chuan Park does have one of, if not the best layouts that you can find in the surroundings lah. Yeah, if you want to go extend out until, for example, you're talking about Affinity and whatever not, sure, they're gonna have very similar layouts. Okay, but that being said, there's also a reason why they are performing, right? Which is that this is what today's market wants, this is what today's market requires, and as such, the developers are catering for that level of demand lah.
So Gideon is very prepared.
Wow, he's well prepared, man.
Bro, I ask you an honest question. If it's not for Chuan Park, name me
One project.
one other project
You will buy yourself.
you would consider with a 2 million budget. It can be okay. How about this? One post-launch already, then one that's coming.
Wow.
Wow, this is really testing him, bro.
Okay.
Maybe the post-launch I give you 2.5, but the new launch I give you 2 million.
ERA, if you're watching.
Other than Chuan Park, other than Jaden lah, we don't have biasness lah.
Okay. I would like to make mention that I am saying this out of coercion. In case you can't see, beyond the camera, there's actually someone behind the camera pointing a gun at me. So in lieu of that, if I really have to choose,
Okay, post-launch first.
post-launch, I would probably be looking at. Okay, to be perfectly honest, I'm in the midst of shopping also.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong, Chuan Park is on my radar.
It is.
Hey.
Excluding Chuan Park.
Yeah.
I've also considered Lentor area.
Which one? Lentoria.
Okay, based on my budget and based on what I'm looking at lah, I would say that a consideration of course would be Lentoria and Lentor Hills.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me those are my considerations at this point lah.
Okay.
If you're talking about if you're talking about post launch,
Yeah, new. The one that's
ah.
coming. We have a few lah. We have EOK,
Norwood.
Parktown.
Yeah.
Union Square.
To me is I would probably be
Oh, Toa Payoh also.
Toa Payoh. Okay. Oh yeah.
Toa
To
Payoh.
me is, if you're asking about upcoming launches, I mean it's a very iffy question because the fact is that we don't know the price,
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
But
Fair.
if you're asking me
Based on your
preference, lah,
Yeah.
preference.
wise, I would prefer EOK lah.
Okay.
That's the
B15.
That is the other hype that everyone's looking for.
Yeah.
Frankly speaking,
Besides
2024 is
Chuan Park.
about Chuan Park.
EOK.
I mean, second half of the year lah. Then Norwood Grand also lah.
Norwood
okay.
also lah.
Then
Shout out to Pear.
So these two projects, as in EOK and Chuan Park, it's really been talked about. It's really been, but I don't see it launching this year. You think so? This year?
Or EOK?
EOK.
I don't think this year.
EOK, today is the 2nd of October. As of the couple of days before, they have already gotten their BP.
Correct.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So as such, I would expect them lah. I would expect them to be launching soon lah.
This year lah. No, but I don't see them launching December, and then of course it wouldn't bring over to Chinese New Year or that lah. So I mean, if they're gonna launch, it will be within this schedule of November, maybe prior to December lah. But that is our competition lah. Okay, but
What about
maybe
Chuan Park? When is the preview date for it?
yeah, Chuan Park.
Okay, so right now, what we have from the developer is that the targeted launch is slated to be 19th of October, and you will run till the
Sooner, it's very soon.
Very soon. It's
Yeah,
next
3 weeks time.
3 more weeks. 3 more weeks.
3 more weeks time.
2 more
17
weeks.
more days.
70 more days. What countdown?
Yeah, of course lah. I need to count down until my.
But let's confirm or speculating.
I wouldn't say it is neither. Right, that is the target, and so far we are on track.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
It's just a true flat lah. Location itself.
Yes, it's on site. It's directly diagonally across New Tech Park,
Oh, okay.
which is just outside the Lorong Chuan MRT exit lah.
You really well prepared, bro.
Okay, maybe our last question. How many percent
You think
will it be sold?
based on
We play with you. Yeah, Chuan Park ah. I think
we have
Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, ballpark,
bro, we have this.
ballpark.
Yeah, ballpark. We have this rule one. Whoever got it correct, right? The loser will trick the jinx. So
Yeah,
if you
previously Pat also played with us.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So I feel. I mean, I go first. Chuan Park ah. I do 55. Why 55?
okay lah.
55.
Say okay ma.
55. My concern is I'm not so sure on the PSF. I also do feel it's the norm. But I do feel that the market sentiments they have to adjust themselves towards it. But I understand that the interest rates are very low now. So,
that's
interest rate is
also-
something that's calling people in. So I do feel 55%. You first, then after,
45 for me.
why?
Ballpark lah, bro.
Okay, but why 45?
Bro, your ballpark 45 to 80
No, 45 lah.
Why 45?
I feel like I say earlier on is some things that is surprising where people can accept the kind of price in that development. And personally, I feel that I know if the price is launching on the first day is good, definitely I can. But this is just my own personal opinion lah.
Of course, we
Pricing
do
lah.
feel that there might be people waiting on okay also.
We never know. And like what
Correct.
he didn't say earlier on is that this place have a lot of developments new launch.
Yes,
So this might be something other factors that will contribute to the percentage. But for me personally, I think 45 lah.
Okay, what about you?
Okay, so Jason and Javis, thank you so much for coming here on my show today. Thank you for offering me your opinion on how much you think Chuan Park will be sold. Alright, so everyone, stay tuned to our next episode.
Hitting lower than 45. Hitting lower than 5. Hey, you say
Ballpark only, bro.
You think, hey, they're okay one lah. You're okay one lah.
No lah, if you're asking me ballpark, I definitely expect, as in I definitely would think more than 50% lah. As to what their range is, if I were to venture a guess, I do believe in the product. I do believe in the project itself lah.
Yep.
So I know that.
Hey, just say the number.
A lot of people will say this.
Let our brother justify first. Brother, let my brother justify.
Angry already. The people throw table already. What is the number?
So thank you, Jason.
Got six.
Okay lah, okay lah.
Okay
No choice lah. Okay lah.
Okay lah. I hope lah. I'm looking for 70% lah.
Okay, bro. Nothing wrong.
Then the next weekend, the remaining 30 sold lah. Nothing wrong lah. Yeah, can lah.
Yeah. No lah. What next weekend?
First day, you want 70%, bro.
Sunday sold already, bro.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it well. Let's see how is it going.
Yeah, see how it goes. But any parting words for the audience, Gideon, for the end of the segment?
If you haven't thought about purchasing Chuan Park, right, I think it's probably something that should be on your radar, right? The reason is because I do think that it's very well positioned. I think it's a very good product, and in terms of location and whatsoever, like I said, the three aspects of property would be location. Yeah, I mean, it in itself is a very all-encompassing statement because location in itself will provide you with MRT beside, schools in the vicinity, and all that, everything else in between lah. So I do feel that in terms of location, it really ticks a lot of boxes. I do think that in terms of as a project, I do think that so far, based on what we have seen in the perspectives and the site plans and whatsoever, it looks pretty beautiful lah. Yeah. So I think whether you're an investor or an own stayer, I do think that it's something that you should consider. I mean, feel free to reach out to either myself, to Jason, to JVS, or anyone that you wish that if you wish to take a look, I don't think you will be disappointed lah.
Wow.
Okay lah. Other than that, JVS, anything from you?
Thank you so much for watching our video. Because at the end of the day, I think our podcast is really want to be real talk. That's why we have this ballpark numbers, everything. More importantly, you all must enjoy and learn something from this 26 minutes of
This one need to be real, make me very stressed.
people want to watch real thing,
Have asked you the real questions.
right?
What do you think? Nothing.
What about you?
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Gideon,
you so
for.
much.
I choose Sora.
Hey! Okay, thank you, bro.
Thank